This is Root Literacy Design, where we share stories, tips, and tools for educators implementing evidence-based literacy. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel so we can keep helping educators like you.
Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at the Next Generation Science Assessment, which is the test of proficiency that the state of Rhode Island uses to measure science performance. We're here on the Rhode Island Department of Education website, and as we think about how do we help students rise to even higher levels of proficiency on this test, it's important to first take a look at the test itself. And one of the things that we at Root Literacy Design would like you to do is to just notice how much a student's performance will be based on their strength in literacy. So here we are at the Rhode Island Department of Education website, and I bring you here so that you can come back on your own and do some exploration further. Today we'll click on the practice test for students and guests. No information is needed in order to sign in. Just click on that green button. And today we're going to spend some time on the 5th grade test. And the reason why we're choosing 5th grade is because that's really a pinnacle point where students' performance in all of the foundational literacy that they've been exposed to is really crystallized and assessed in a whole new way on this test. So we'll choose the 5th grade test, but again, you could come back at a different time and choose either of the other options available. All right, once we've done that initial information, we'll go ahead and click on Begin Test Now. So when a student logs in, the first thing that they're going to be greeted with is a wall of words. And actually, it's not a single wall of words, but a double moving wall of words. And what many students who don't have a strong foundation in literacy will do as soon as they are greeted with this wall of words is that they'll shut down before they even begin. And so again, just in initial presentation, we can see that some higher levels of performance are going to be required for literacy skills here. Not only are students being asked to answer the questions, but first they need to internalize, process, and make sense of the information. None of the information that's presented on this test is straight content looking for a multiple choice answer. Instead, and we'll go ahead and look at the next one, what the test is designed to do is to present students with data, often in the form of charts like this one, and then ask the student to evaluate the information in order to find the best and to be able to cite evidence related to it. Select 3 reasons why this system you selected should be used. So the strength of the test is that it is getting to higher order thinking skills. We're getting beyond recall and basic information and up to these higher levels, which we're interested in assessing. However, the challenge is that without it being a read aloud test, without it being something that somebody could do in group work, it's really going to come down to a student's ability to read and respond to the test. That will depend on their success. This is one of the first ones that's actually coming up with some picture support for the student, which is great. But then it is again going to come down in part B and C and D to their ability to then analyze that information. Here we are on another one, a word problem to begin with, a data chart to then interpret, followed by being able to select 2 outcomes to support the claim. So each of these different areas, again, is going to depend on the student's ability to not only demonstrate their performance, but to read and interpret the information. As we take a look at this one, we can easily see how if the student were in a classroom with the teacher giving some oral directions, this is a kind of activity that a student would enjoy, the hands-on elements of it, would enjoy and be able to demonstrate their higher order thinking skills through collaboration with classmates, through direction from the teacher. But in absence of that, The student needs to be able to read these directions, use the simulation. If that word simulation is out of reach, automatically they're going to struggle with their ability to access